Boop, 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 boop. Woohoo! Oh, scoopers! Scoopers! Where art thou, Scoops? Now! Please! Tell me, where art thou, Scoops? I mean, it's only the biggest news to ever hit, and you all have all these sources at DC, right? At Warner Brothers. Oh, do you still put your trust in these people? Dear God, are you still going to go to bat for these people? You still going to tweet about these people? You still going to put your faith in the scoopers? Listen. Oh, it's too rich. It's okay. Thank you, Thade. That wasn't even me trying. Oh, yes. I see that we have a lot to talk about, don't we? Yes, we do. We have a lot to talk about. Oh, we're going to get to the nitty-gritty, Thade. Oh, yes. We're going to talk about James Gunn. Yes, we are. We're going to talk about Jason Safran. Yes, and we'll talk about all of the wonderful scoopers. Ooh, Batsy, tell me this. Did you see this one coming? Oh my gosh, it's so rich. It really is. The fact that no one reported this, no one saw this coming, no one even hinted at this, except for a couple of people who don't even consider themselves scoopers. They were just looking at the analysis and and said, hey, this is what I think. I think that this looks like James Gunn, could end up being in charge. So Cherie, don't worry about that, because tonight we're going to do that. Actually, tonight we're going to celebrate. I ended up not going live last night. I couldn't go live last night. So yeah. So we're going to celebrate Henry Cavill tonight, because yeah, the scoopers didn't get that right either. I mean, like, come on, Grace Randolph talking about first she had a tweet that said that there was big DC news coming yesterday. And then later, but she's like, but I'm sworn to secrecy. I can't breathe a word. Just winky wink face. It was coming. There's something big coming. And then later she's like, oh, never mind. It's just Henry Cavill's announcement on Instagram. But I thought you were sworn to secrecy. I thought. So what did you think it was? What did you... And I'm sorry, but let's just be honest. None of these scoopers got it right. Grace Randolph didn't get anything on this. Syl didn't get anything on this. Mikey, procrastinator. What is it? I don't even remember the right word, right? The what are they when you don't procrastinate, you I don't know if I know you forecast, but what is it called when the groundhog Punxsutawney Phil sees his shadow? Anyways, he is that. He didn't get it right either. Mikey is not right. Like, nobody got this. Scoopers, yes. Here's the thing. Scoopers are messing with you. They may hear some things here and there, maybe, and it makes them look like they're right? It makes them look like they know something. But if you notice, they latch on to those things. They'd either seem to be right or were pretty much, right around there. But then they hold on to those things forever, and they remind you of those things forever. RJ, that's some BS. He did not know about this. Yeah, what? Because I knew it was going to get hate. Whatever. He would have gotten ahead of that so much. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I just don't. And this is not necessarily because I only got so much time. So this is not just going to be a hate on scoopers. So I'm in my car. So give me some grace. Give me some grace. So if I pop in and out for just a second, just stay with me because I'll be right back. All right. Here's the thing. First of all, the Henry Cavill situation. I'll talk more about it tonight on the show. We'll do a full show tonight and cover all this stuff. But the Henry Cavill situation. How dumb do you have to be to say that Henry Cavill's not back when not only does Henry Cavill say, hey, I wanted to make it official and let you know, when Henry hasn't said a word this entire time. How long has it been? It's been years. Henry has not come forward with anything, but this is the one time that supposedly he's coming out and just trying to find leverage. When Warner Brothers literally shares it, it's on all of Warner Brothers sites and and everything, the official sites. So if he's negotiating, boy, they sure are falling for it, and it seems like they're negotiating for him. And not only that, but then also all the official Superman site, they also shared the news. So whatever, he's officially back. We still have yet to hear what capacity. Tomorrow night he's supposed to do an interview, and he said he's going to talk about where that goes, the future, right? Past, present, and future. And he even said there's great things to come. He says your patience is going to be rewarded. There you go. So stay tuned for that. Now, today, yes, okay. James Gunn and Peter Safran are now the heads of DC Studios, an entirely new group. This is what they're saying is the new Kevin Feige for DC. It takes two guys to do it, which honestly I understand. I honestly understand that. But here's the thing. First of all, people need to stop being all pissed off about this. Okay, you need to stop being upset about this, that it's not going to be exactly what you wanted going forward. It's not exactly what I wanted going forward. So mind you, let's put that right out there. I really liked Suicide Squad. I liked James Gunn's Suicide Squad. It had moments that I didn't quite care for, but I really liked Peacemaker. And look, there's people who just want to, crap all over Peacemaker and, and hate on it and act like it's just trash. It wasn't. It was really good. It was a really great story all around. And, you gotta have different, types of feel for all the characters in the DC universe. It can't just all be one, kind of feel to it. DC is multi-layered. It's multi-layered. It's got a lot of different, types of characters who exude a lot of different types of emotions. And there's nothing wrong with that. And listen, there's nothing wrong with it being a little bit of fun either. And I have no problem with that. And I never have. Now, do I absolutely love? Oh my gosh, I hate this thing. I got a new one of these things that I have to install. So I apologize. But now just bear with me, okay? But here's the thing. Do I love? I've made very, very clear. I love Zack Snyder's vision and version of these characters. I have always. In a perfect world, Zach would have been able to finish his 5 movies. And look, I will even tell you this: don't rule out the fact that James Gunn is good friends with Zack Snyder, right? Don't rule out. Is everything going to be as sour and dark as Zack's stuff? Maybe not. Look, do I love that? Yeah, I love that universe that he created. I absolutely love that universe, and I would want to see more. But there are many of Zack's themes that still work within the confines of making the rest of the universe a little different overall, you know? So this means, I'll get it out here before it clicks out. This means he's not going to be out here making films. He's the head of a studio now. Okay, he's going to play a part in helping put things together, but he's going to be playing the part of getting the creatives to make the films, to write the films, to produce the films. So don't all these people just jump in his conclusion, like, you know, like James Gunn is just going to direct every DC project going forward. That's not how this works. Okay, it's not how it works. Again, it's people, like we talk about this all the time with Kathleen Kennedy. People don't understand how studios work, right? So he is going from a creative position to a position of being a studio head, and it's completely different. And you know, David Zaslav talked about the fact that he loves the fact that James has relationships with James Peter have relationships with creatives, understand creatives, you know, and they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. One thing also, listen, can we remember something for those who don't like Zach's world? Zach is not responsible for the morons. You know what? Here's the thing, RJ. If they're done with DC, they were always done with DC. They were always done with DC. You know, I mean, there was DC before Zack Snyder, and he even said there'd be DC after him. You know, so but what are they going to do if Zack ever does get back involved or something like that? They'll be right back. Why? Because they don't actually have the people complaining about this move and saying that I'm not going to watch any more DC. And you know, we've been betrayed and all this nonsense, and like the same people who, let's be fair, have gone after now Henry Cavill because he's wearing a brighter blue suit. Come on. I've literally seen people going off on the fact that Superman is back in a blue suit. I saw a tweet this week that said that the blue suit was outdated and that Superman should never wear a blue suit again. And I guarantee you that is some moron who doesn't understand that the black suit has always been a temporary suit. It's not something Zach pulled up to be like, this is the permanent suit of Superman in the movie universe from now on. He's even said as much. So this nonsense is people who don't know comics, they don't know DC, they don't really even have a love for DC. What they have a love for is a director. They got into something probably for the right reason, right? The cause of supporting Zack Snyder and what happened to him. They got into it for that, but at some point, some of these people took a big right turn at Albuquerque and ended up somewhere in the middle of the desert somewhere in this world where they just worship Zack Snyder. Zack doesn't even have anything to do with that, but yet these people, they're off on these tangents and they speak for Zack as if they're somehow upholding Zack, and Zack never asked for this whatever this they would call it passion. They would call it appreciation, but it's not even that anymore. It's so far beyond that at this point, where it's no longer talking about, hey, the stuff that we like or the stuff that we don't like, or the stuff, you know, the movies of his that we're impassioned about or whatever. It's not even about that anymore for them. It's completely now about one thing and one thing only, and that is the obsession the absolute obsession. And here's what can happen sometimes when you're the underdog and you get a win. You think that, well, that's just the way it's always going to be. And if it's not, then it's unfair. And that's just not the real world. You're not always going to get everything that you want, nor should you get everything that you want. And like I said, this move, I think that this will be a powerful move for DC. I think that we will get now a lot of content that makes sense going forward. And actually, a lot of this makes sense now with a lot of stuff that we've seen coming out of, Warner Brothers Discovery. But yeah, this will be a huge power move. They got 2 guys now. They got 2 guys who can step into this role, making creative decisions and getting the people lined up to make these movies. Also, I will be fair, and I will call RJ out on this one, because RJ a while back was going on about the creatives, what's going to happen to the poor creatives. Again, this is all part of a plan that will see DC, not just DC, but Warner Brothers Discovery get healthier, so that they can in turn, once they are healthy to make good films, to actually bring on creatives and take chances and risks again. They will, but they have to get their house in order. And that was the first thing that needed to be done, was to get their house in order, make these choices, save some money, do these things, get the right people in place. And now they've got somebody, and you notice that that's the first thing that they talked about was the creatives. They're not turning their backs on creatives just because some bad decisions, some relatively perceived bad decisions had to be made. I would say tough decisions had to be made to make those things happen. It is what it is now, right? And so I find it very interesting that they're very aware of the creatives, and they, like Zavzlov said, we're going to pay attention by putting someone who is very in touch with creatives into that position. Like you're saying right now, he's well liked by actors and people in the industry. So it's a good move. And like I said, there's always got to be balance, right? Sometimes you got to make the tough decisions so that you can make other decisions later on. Now, RJ, I did see that you gave a $4.99 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. I will just say this: I'm going direct through YouTube right now, so I can't actually pull up the super chat on the screen. But I do appreciate it. I just want everybody to know RJ gave a $4.99 super chat, and I will read it because I'm at a stoplight. It says, want to know something funny? James and Peter start work on November 1st. Gunn is going to be promoting Guardians 3 while also working on DC Studios. And listen, this is fine. It is funny. It's ironic. It is, it is what it is. But here's the thing. They're looking for something that will click all the way around, that everybody can get behind and will be successful. If you're a DC fan, why are you mad at that? Listen, as long as they don't just make everything goofy and silly and unbearable to watch, I'm fine with this. I am absolutely fine with this decision. I think it's going to be a good decision for them going forward. And I think anybody griping right now at this point and acting like the sky is falling and that they're losing everything and they're gonna they're just gonna ruin what they have and everything. I feel that that's very premature, and I think that it shows where people's hearts really are, that they really don't care about DC. Think about this. Zack Snyder cares about DC. He loves DC Comics. He loves Marvel Comics, but he loves comics, right? He loves these characters, and he just wants the best for these characters, just like all of us do. Listen, it's come kind of full circle, right? says I'm kind of disgusted by all the Snyderverse fans happy that Cavill's back when it's clearly Justice League. It is not. Triton, it's not clearly Justice League. Can we stop with that? There is absolutely nothing that has said that this is Justice League, Henry Cavill, that this is Justice League Superman, anything. That is all, you know what that is all? That is all fear-mongering. That is all fear-mongering that certain people in the fandom keep talking about and keep trying to relay and trying to make you be scared of and make you feel that this is the problem, that, oh my God, it's going to be Justice League. Here's the thing. Try to go buy Justice League. Oh, please, try to go buy it. Because do you know what all the special editions and all the special things that have come out and all the things that are promoted, do you know what it all is? It's all Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I don't understand what in the world people are talking about when they act like, but they're going straight on to go off the Justice League. No, it's just not true. It just is not true. And this is not clearly just because he's in the blue suit. Superman wears a blue suit. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Superman wears a blue suit. If you can't get with Superman wearing a blue suit, which is something that Zack was going to restore anyways. Yes, he loved the black suit, but here's the problem is fanboys attacking and obsessing now over the black suit because, Zack said he loved the black suit. And don't forget, Zack turned that blue suit to black. Oh, he had a plan to turn that blue suit to black. So this means that if that blue suit is in there, that they are betraying Zack and it's all going to come. No! What kind of obsessive, ridiculous, over the top, like nonsense is that to go on? Because it's a blue suit, Superman wears a blue suit. Yes, in the comics at times he has worn a black suit, but it's always been for just a short time, for a reason, for a purpose. Yes, even in Zack Snyder's Justice League, Black Star Afro, Superman is wearing a blue suit when he's under the anti-life equation from Darkseid. There's still a blue suit in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So anybody thinking, he turned that black, he's fooled Warner Brothers and he turned that blue suit black. It was for a season and for a time. And it's awesome. It looks great. But it was never meant to be the permanent thing. Ever. It was never meant to be that. See, right now, Triton, there should be no more DC drama. People should be coming together. People should be laying down all of this, all of their weapons, laying down all of their pride, laying down all of their scoops. You know what? But they won't do it. They won't do it. They will stay in the scoop game. They will sit there and they will still, shill out all kinds of ridiculous scoops now. And now it will be, remember when they were they'd literally have been saying that all this stuff was coming. Zack was coming. They've literally said Zack is coming back, for God's sake. Zack's coming back. This is happening. That's happening and stuff. And it's all nonsense. But you guys don't listen to that. Oh, no. Mikey said this over here, so it's got to be true. Come on. Why is it that people just can't admit? It's the same thing with freaking Jody's Corner back in the day and Andy Signore, when they would talk about stuff that wasn't true, that wasn't actually happening, but people listen to that nonsense and they go off that nonsense and it was the same thing. And now some of those people that were standing up for at the time what was right against people who were being obviously negative and attacking at the time Zack Snyder, Now they've turned everything into an attack. Everything is the boogeyman. Everything is the monster under the bed now or in the closet, right? And so now they've literally turned on themselves. They've gone after Gal Gadot. They've gone after Henry Cavill. They've gone after Ben Affleck. Now everybody, no, Triton, you're fine, man. This is a conversation, right? I don't and listen. I don't want you to feel. Please don't feel targeted with my comments, but you bring up a point that is frustrating to me right now as a DC fan, because you don't have anything to worry about, Triton. You don't. I highly doubt that there's going to be some scene somewhere and something coming forward where somebody's just going to go, oh yeah, remember, Justice League, you know, like it's not going to happen. But don't listen to the scoopers. Don't allow them to pump you up and make you think something is going to happen that was obviously not going to happen, or turn you against people who are just good people who just want to make good movies. Henry Cavill just wants to make good Superman content. Gal Gadot just wants to make good Wonder Woman content. Ben Affleck. Now Mikey's going on about how he signed for 3 pictures. Who knows? But I'm just saying, I wouldn't put it past it. I'm not saying that it can't happen at all. I'm not saying that it can't happen. But here's what the scoopers are all about. They're all about putting the cart before the horse. And the thing is, they're trying to stir up stuff is what they're trying to do, and stir up conversation. And what's that do? That gets their stuff watched, right? That's what it does. It gets their stuff watched. And that's all they care about. That's all they are concerned about, is you watching their stuff. They don't give a rat's patoot about DC. They don't give a rat's patoot about the actual content and if it's any good. Nope. Here's the thing. I will continue to report on what I see. I saw Black Adam. I posted what I thought of it. Is it perfect? No. It was fun. It was okay. I didn't like it as much as I liked Shazam. Okay? But I love the Henry Cavill thing, and I think that it definitely has potential going forward. Triton, I'm right there with you. I want to see Zack Snyder's story complete as well. Right? That's the story that I was invested in. And yes, and I get it if that's what made you a DC fan, but also I would just ask you to remember, there is more to DC than just that. And yes, I'm still on board. I will still make it known that I would love to see the Snyderverse restored, whatever that means now, because that means something different to all of these people, right? I mean, seriously, nobody even knows what that even means anymore. When you say the Snyderverse, it means something completely different to a million different people, right? All over the world. And so I love how DC now has an official studio and division now. I think that that's been a long time coming, and it's very, very well earned. I think that will help us going forward. And, look, my hope is that in some way we get to see Zach's work continued. Now, I will say this, even if we do, Zach's work was always a work in progress, right? And is it going to work exactly the way that it did, that it was written, 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years ago, whatever? No, it's not. It's not going to work that way. So, you can't expect that, all those storyboards, those are just the Bible of what Zach was going to do. They were constantly evolving, and what may have worked 3, 4 years ago to have continued on in there. There's been a lot that's come since then, and it probably won't work now, and it wouldn't make sense. So if the heavens opened and gave us the gift of Zack Snyder ever coming back, it would be different. It would be different. It just would. But Zach has shown that he is flexible. I mean, look, when they told him he couldn't use Green Lantern, he shot it, but he didn't use it, right? He put Martian Manhunter in the end. So don't get caught up Um, Oh, IG World of Comics, absolutely, man. That's exactly where I am. Like that. I'm not saying that Zach won't come back. I'm saying if he does, it will be different though than his original scripts. That and IG World of Comics. That's actually one of I think the positive things that we can think about going forward is that there are those possibilities, right? Because they're friends. James Gunn and Zack Snyder are literally friends. All these people who've been griping and complaining all this time about James Gunn and acting like James Gunn is trying to undermine, Zack and trying to undermine David Ayer and all this stuff. And they're all literally friends. So to not get that is all on you guys, right? Not the truth. So, anyways, that's my initial reaction to it. I think it's going to be a good thing. We're going to talk more about it though later tonight here on the lounge. I got a meeting to get to, but I wanted to come and share with you my initial thoughts about it. And I think that in the long run, it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a positive uh, jumping off point for DC and for Warner Brothers as a whole. All right, let me know what you guys think. Prepare your thoughts and everything, and be ready for tonight because we got a lot to talk about tonight. All right, love y'all. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you later. Yes, hashtag hope restored. All right, guys, see you soon.